So yeah, the Regis Corona, it's a Nicaraguan Puro. I originally thought it was a Cameroon wrapper. It's got that kind of textured quite, it's textured like a Cameroon, but then it's quite thin like a Connecticut. Looks a lot like a Cuban, small amount of veins, rolled very, very well. The Corona's one of the lighter Regis I've tried so far. Every one's kind of a little bit different. The Robusto's a lot like a D4, but a little bit less complex. It might taste a bit better with a few years on it. But no, the Petit Corona's nice. It's light, it's got kind of a subtle spice to it. There's a bit of a sweetness. It's not quite woody. I might be getting a woody taste the fact that I'm sat next to a big fire. Well, a little fire. It's nice. The finish on it's a bit coffee-y, kind of spicy, spices sort of thing. But no, they're beautiful cigars. If you ever get the option of picking one up, you should give one a try. They're one of the newest cigar manufacturers out there at the moment. I don't think we've had them for a year yet. Sales are picking up. They're picking up in popularity. Like I say, they're moving out into other parts of the world. I don't know if they're ever going to get into America. A little bit too much competition, really. But yeah, so whoops, lost my ash. Ash comes off. Bit disappointing. No cone really. It's a little bit flat. It doesn't really get hotter or bitter when the end comes off. It kind of gets a little bit more flavour to it. So there's still like subtle hints of, I guess, cinnamony, licoricey sort of taste to it. But no, they are very enjoyable cigars. I'll catch back up with you in a bit before I finish, and I'll give you the rest. Okay. So I'm pretty much at the middle point now. It's a little bit more woody, a little bit more complex. Got a nice, it's kind of dirt mixed with licorice, kind of hickory sort of thing. Very tasty cigar. It does have kind of an almost tangy sort of, not quite fruity, but with a tangy, fresh, clean taste to it. I do really like these cigars. I've used tangy and fruity before, but other people don't really agree with me. So I'm just gonna carry on, and I shall back with you again shortly.
That's right, massive.
Right, so I'm pretty much coming into the final third now. It's got kind of a creamy sort of taste to it, it's a little bit bitter and a bit sticky as well, but well, it's quite enjoyable. Tastes a lot like a Cuban, got the similar kind of dynamics, the same kind of dark, earthy, rich flavours to it. They are very light cigars, very, very easy to smoke. If you're a fan of things like Romeo and Julieta, Punch, you'd quite enjoy these. But they do smoke a lot more like a Cuban than the Nicaraguan do. I know that's basically what these guys were going for. They were trying to make cigars that appealed to the UK smoker, but at the same time appeal to the UK smoker with kind of Cuban characteristics, but still with kind of the Nicaraguan sort of taste to it. There's a bit of an aged, mature sort of taste to them, but I do have a couple of each shape at home, a couple of each size at home that I'm going to be maturing for a while. I do think they could all do with a little bit of age on them. I mean, probably the filler and the wrapper is aged for, well, it's got some age. I can't really gauge it, to be honest. But no, some age on top of these. They'll be great little cigars. So there's a few other people smoking bits and bobs around me. There's also Andy. Andy is smoking the same. And we've also got Matt, who's on a light Invicta Panatella.
I think it's a slim Panatella.
You've got it.
But it's very nice.
Go. I'll be back in a moment to give you my final thoughts. But yeah, thanks for watching. Back to it now. The kind of sweet sort of taste at the end turned a little bit sickly. Very characteristic of Romeo and Julieta. If any of you watch my Romeo Wide Churchill review, you'll see how much I enjoyed that. The last third's a lot like a Romeo, to be honest. It's kind of light, but almost kind of a biscuity sort of taste to it. while at the same time sweet and sickly. But no, it's, apart from the end, it's been quite an enjoyable smoke, to be honest. So yeah, if you get your chance to pick one up, you should definitely give one a try. The burn, other than the cone issue when the ash falls off, doesn't really affect the taste too much, but you know, some people are just a little bit anal retentive about these things, aren't they? I just like a nice cone when the ash falls. But no, it's been quite an enjoyable cigar. The sweetness and creaminess at the end is almost a bit like butterscotch, sort of toppy sort of flavour to it. Only a hint of. But no, say if you get your chance to check one of these out, definitely give them a try. I mean, no arguments with construction. There's no chunky veins. There was no lumpy bits in it. Even now, it's not gone too stodgy. Burn for me has been perfect. I mean, you could use a spirit level, and that would be perfect straight all the way around. But no, so like I say, if you ever get your chance to pick one up or to try one of these cigars, you should definitely give them a try. They're worth it 100%. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the slight change of me not sat in my office and I've got some trees behind me for once. But yeah, so I'm going to let this thing die with dignity in a way. Yeah, final draw's not too great. But yeah, so we'll let it die with dignity. I tried to do this earlier, but it's too windy, so I'm going to make it quick and short while there's a gap in the wind. So making a sense on Panatella, it keeps going out. It could be the rain, it could be the wind. But we just made it to the top of the highest mountain in England, walking back. Can't really taste much subtlety in this, but it's damn refreshing, with a nice bottle of port I've got in the bag. There is a full review of this over on my blog, so you can check that out, but just thought I'd let you know that I'm smoking a Santa Damiano, way down from Scafell.